Jonathan Hood on ESPN 1000.
You're listening to ESPN 1000 and the ESPN app. Jonathan Hood with you. So glad you're with us here on the Jonathan Hood Show. Follow me on Twitter at TweetJHood. Doron Lowe is our guest, the president and founder of Flight Squad Basketball. As we have our conversation, we ask you to open up a tab and go to flightsquadball.com so you'll know exactly where we're going with the conversation. Flightsquadball.com. Doron Lowe joins us here on ESPN 1000 and the ESPN app. Doron, thanks so much for being with us. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Tell my audience about who and what Flight Squad Basketball is for those that don't know.
Absolutely. So Flight Squad is a co-ed exhibition basketball team, and our players come from a wide variety of backgrounds. Some of our players have played professionally overseas, and what we do is we travel around the globe for primarily fundraising events, and different organizations will actually book our team for a fundraiser. So it's a little something that's a little more engaging than a black tie dinner or a silent auction. They can actually bring the community, to the event and get them involved in it per se. And they put a team together themselves, and their team plays against our team. And all of the proceeds from the game usually go to charity that the organization selects, or it stays within the community to, help something that they are trying to apply funds to or raise funds for.
Go to the Twitter. It's at Flight Squad Ball to find out more information there as well, at Flight Squad Ball on Twitter. Doron, what does your organization offer for those that want to dig deeper about Flight Squad Ball? What does it offer?
So we offer a wide variety of events. Our base event would be an assembly, and that's where our players go to a location within the community, typically where the game is being played, and they go to the schools in that particular community, and they speak to the students about the importance of getting an education, the importance of not doing drugs, and they also promote anti-bullying messages, what to do when you're confronted with bullying, and just a lot of different topics that the youth face today. Along with the assemblies, we offer two middle events, as we call them, and those are our all-star events and our halftime entertainment. Halftime entertainment is when there's already a game set to be played in the community, and we will come in and provide the halftime entertainment, and we'll do some entertainment in between the quarters as well. And then our all-star event is similar to an NBA all-star event where there is a skills contest, a point shot contest, a dunk contest, and we allow members of the community to serve as judges. Then after that portion of the event, there's a youth scrimmage where our players will serve as coaches to the two teams selected within the community, and they'll coach them, throughout the scrimmage game. And then our most popular event, obviously, is our fundraising basketball event, in which our team plays against another team that's formed, within the community. And that's a full basketball game, with tricks and stunts and everything in between. It's a really good competitive event.
Doron Lowe is the president and founder of Flight Squad Basketball. Go to the website, flightsquadball.com. He joins me, Jonathan Hood, on ESPN 1000. I love this website, man, the way it's laid out, Flight Squad Ball.
Thank you.
What first-class flight were you on to be able to film that?
Well, let's just say that I've taken a few, but if we're going to discuss flights, I think probably my favorite flight to this date was I flew business class from Houston, Texas to Doha in Qatar. Oh. And that was just 15 hours of just over-the-top luxury. Like, that flight, nothing has compared to that flight as of yet. So some other airlines, they've got some work to do.
No question. So, Doron, tell me, I think that every company that we have come across, media, business, entertainment, every company has a mission statement. So what does your company stand for as far as what you're trying to promote?
We stand for bringing the community together. We stand for cultivating the community and bringing awareness to different topics and different things that they may encounter as they get older. We know that, as the youth, as they go about in the world, things are a little bit different than per se like when you and I were growing up, and they may be facing some challenges that may be a little bit more extreme and intense than probably people of our generation. So we just want them to know, that there are people out there that actually care about them and care about their well-being, and we understand some of the challenges that they face, and we just want to come to their community and kind of talk them through it and have fun with them through a game of basketball. We find that sports is really a good platform to get the attention of the youth, and so we kind of use that as our vehicle to drive some of those messages in.
Yeah, it always has. Sports has always been able to bring people together. When I get a chance to speak to youth, Doron, I think that when you talk to them, obviously it's more than just us being able to communicate. It's also being able to listen too, because that's so important to hear what young people have to say. And there's a section. I can only speak from my time. I just spoke to a group in Inglewood not too long ago, and the thing that they always tell me is that they just want to be heard. They just want to be noticed. Like they feel like people in our generation don't listen, that we are dissing millennials and all that. And I'm just, the one thing that I always tell them is that, we see what you're doing because we have to lift as, you lift as you climb. As we continue to go through our life, we got to make sure that they're able to be safe, number one, and number two, learn the way that we learned as well. But I think that there are some that feel like they're not being heard, and no, we hear you. We just want you to participate.
Exactly.
and you're not past us yet. You got to be able to learn a few things before you get past Gen X, so it's interesting.
Exactly. And then, of course, we also know, for the organizations that book us, we want them to, raise as much money as possible through our event. So, we find that, it's a very, very, very profitable program that we offer these communities that's, a little more unique, as I said, from something that's traditional. So when the community feels that they actually are engaged and involved in the event, it brings a bigger turnout to the event, and therefore it increases the dollars, for the organization to, use the funds however they see fit.
How can my listeners of my show reach out to you?
Absolutely. They can contact me directly at info@flightsquadball.com. So that's info@FLIGHT squadball.com. And if they shoot me an email, it'll go straight to me and to my assistant, Tim Fiested, and we can contact them directly.
All right, so what else you got going on here? You got some kind of video game coming up. Is it involving Flight Squad?
Yeah. Yeah. Your listeners are going to be the first to know about it. We are in the process of developing a mobile app game that we are going to be launching at the beginning of October. And it's really cool. We've got everything together, and we're going to actually debut it at our very first game in the coming weeks. And we're definitely going to keep you in the loop as to like when we do our hard launch, so you can definitely let the listeners know so they can download it and check it out. So it's really, really dope, man. It really is. I think you guys are going to be surprised with what we put together.
Doron, tell me about the events that you have had and what's coming up on the calendar as far as cities that you guys will travel to.
Okay, so recently we actually, outside of basketball, we participated in the Lions Club convention that took place in Chicago this past summer, and we had a trade table at the booth, and it was a really great exposure for us because it allowed us to get our name and get some visibility to all of the different Lions chapters around the world who weren't aware of us and weren't aware of this fundraising, event. Prior to that, we had a few games over the summer in Oklahoma, and some of my players also participated in a referee training camp. We offer referee training. We've discovered that in some of these communities that there's a referee shortage. So we wanted to offer them the assistance of, learning how to become a professional referee so they could take those skills, and apply it to a career. Our first game this season will be September 24th, and it will be in Reedsburg, Wisconsin, and it's being hosted by the Safe Harbor Homeless Shelter in Reedsburg, Wisconsin. And following that game, we have another game in Wisconsin in Janesville, and then we work our way back down through Illinois, and we start in Indiana, and then we go to Detroit, and we continue working our way east.
Yeah, and the website is flightsquadball.com. It's flightsquadball.com. And the email, info@flightsquadball.com. Again, it's info@flightsquadball.com. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter for all the latest information @flightsquadball on Twitter. Doron, I'm glad we were able to connect and talk about Flight Squad basketball. Continued success with this. We continue to put the word out so people will know.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really do.
It is Doron Lowe, the president and founder of Flight Squad Basketball. Again, the website, flightsquadball.com. He's with me.